So let's get into it. So first things first, there has been this ongoing thing that happened earlier today. And Ace, I liked it because it was good, healthy conversation. And I'll tell you, it's not many people you can just have a good, healthy conversation with on social media anymore. So it was good to have a healthy conversation of this. And the topic of discussion today was HBCU coaches, PWI coaches, Mount Rushmore, who belongs on which, and who are the four you would pick from. So everyone pitched in, everyone gave their picks and stuff, as far as PWIs goes and stuff. And I mean, regardless, on that Mount Rushmore is Eddie Robinson, of course. And we'll talk about the PWI one too and let everybody pitch in on that as well later. And everybody was saying, some good ones. I mean, I obviously said Bear Bryant, Bobby Bowden, Joe Paterno. Someone else said John McKay. I was like, I understand why he's not. If he'd have stayed at USC versus coming to Tampa, I think he might be on there. But at the same time, too, so as I type this in, the topic is here. HBC coaches Mount Rushmore. So, with that being said, let's bring up candidate number one. So, obviously, first and foremost, there are three guys that are for sure locks for an HBC Mount Rushmore. You have, who is it? You have Jake Gaither, Eddie Robinson, A.W. Mumford. For sure, those are the three. There's no ifs, ands, or buts discussions about it. Those are your first three. Now, who follows? Let's look at the candidates. So the first one, of course, William Jefferies. Oh, I guess I better get rid of the bottom screen. William Jefferies. So I know I just figured out how to use this actually. Pretty impressive, ain't it? But Willie Jefferies from 79 to 83 at Wichita State. Back when Wichita had a football team before they dropped football. 84 to 88 at Howard. Not his best years. And then, of course, 73 78 South Carolina State. And then 89 to 01 South Carolina State. Career wins, 180 wins, 132 losses, 6 ties. He has 74 through 78 MEAC titles, 87, 94 won the MEAC title. MEAC Coach of the Year 5 times. He has 3 Black College National titles, 7 postseason appearances. And I say postseason appearances because this was at a time where you had either the Heritage Bowl or you had the FCS playoffs. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to decipher this. Let's put it all in one. So 7 postseason appearances in total. That's candidate number 1. Let's look at candidate number 2. So hopefully I have the right one. All right, here we go. Give it a second. So candidate number 2, Bill Hayes. So Bill Hayes coached at Winston-Salem State, coached at A&T. Career wins, 195 to 104 losses, 2 ties, 3 MEAC titles, 3 CIAA titles at Winston-Salem State, 2 Black College National titles, 6 NCAA playoff appearances between the FCS and Division II. So, and again, it gets better. We have more candidates. So it's kind of like selling a car. It's like, wait, there's more. So going to candidate number 3, John Merritt, who honestly, look, it speaks for itself. Multiple Black College National titles. More than
honestly, I think it should just be him based off the aura of the photo alone. I don't even gotta look at the record being ridiculously, insanely good, but like, bro, just look at the man in the photo and just like he's just oozing it, bro. I'm serious.
I know, because I mean, you look at it, you're like, damn, how badass is that? You're sitting there on the sideline smoking a cigar.
Like honestly, just give it to him just from that alone. Like I'm just being totally.
Yeah. No, I agree. And yeah, so postseason 5-2 in bowls. Again, this is the Heritage Bowl plus a couple of other bowls that they were playing back in, honestly, in the 50s and in the 60s and even into the 70s, of course, before the change, and along with the Heritage Bowl. And then, of course, that 1-2 FCS playoff record. And I mean, if you ever wondered why Tennessee State's so tough, it's this guy right here. It's John Merritt. And then let's go ahead and
I know where I've heard him. I just think
I think Tennessee State has a classic named after him, the John Merritt Classic. But I mean, he also, if I'm not mistaken, coached Ed Too Tall Jones from the Dallas Cowboys. And then candidate number 4. Oh no, wrong one.
Didn't load.
Yeah, it didn't load. We'll get it again. Here we go. Oh no, it did. I said to get. All right, there we go. Candidate number 4, Coach Billy Joe. So career wins 245, 157 losses, 4 ties, 5 MEAC titles, 3-time MEAC Coach of the Year, 5 Black College. Oh, geez, God, let me make sure my math's right. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Yeah, 5 Black College national titles at Central State, and then 1 at FAMU. All total, and I'm not saying this is just like every game, but all total, 18 NCAA playoff appearances if you go based on the years. And this is between Division II and the FCS. Started out at Cheney, then went to Central, then at FAMU, mostly known for his time at FAMU, and then did 3 years in Miles before eventually just calling it a career. But he worked with Dick Vermeil in the Philadelphia system for a long time too. So, we got a comment. Yeah, this has been said too.
That's right, actually, where I think I heard him too. Honestly, if we're gonna go through based on thing, I feel like it's between either Merritt or Joe. And if you want to go, like, let me see. I'm trying to read it here. Jeffrey's got a good record, more or less, but his main stuff was coming in the 90s, which is a plus because the 90s were better than, like, as football got better, you got to take it with salt on the eras that they played in. Well, his was in the 60s. That's, I think, his knock. He just had a crazy photo, but that's about it. And then Joe had it 90s too. So it's basically between Joe. Oh, almost clicked it out. His was good, but his was also in like the 70s too. Once he went to the MEAC, then he had a couple on the thing too. So it's kind of between.
So
this one, and this one. There's recency bias. I'm not an old head.
What if I could also persuade you with head to head?
Yeah, sure. Give me head to head, and I'll just make a decision.
Appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. I didn't know you could actually see that type of comment. It says reposted this stream. That's pretty cool. Huh. Appreciate that though, man.
But I've reposted this stream before. Did I not? I'm gonna see what happens if I do. Yeah, I'm gonna check it.
But yeah, Ace, while you do that also, I want you to look up the head to head between well, actually, no, in particular, I'm gonna point to some particular games. So, my dear Ace, for FAMU, go look up FAMU and South Carolina State 1999, and I'm gonna give you some head-to-head numbers. And you're probably gonna look at it and you're gonna drop your jaw.
But I reposted this stream and I don't show up. That hurts my feelings. I'm just kidding. All right, keep going. I'm messing.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Google it. Google it. FAMU South Carolina State 1999. You can do it on your phone. I just don't. You don't have to put it up. I just want you to Google it so that way I can just see your face. And just look at the final score.
Woof. 52-38.
Oh no. That's 98. I said 99.
No, that is unless AI is stupid. That's what it gave me for 95. says November 4th, 1995, FAMU defeated South Carolina State 52-38.
Now go to 1999.
Okay, 1999. Let's see what we got here.
This face says it all.
That's my answer right there. Give me a second. Why did you make me sit through 10 minutes of this?
So, and then now I want you to do the next year. Go FAMU versus South Carolina State 2000.
All right.
Because we're comparing Billy Joe to Willie Jefferies as far as head-to-head goes. Yeah, they were. I always look at it. I always say it's
64-9. Bro, you just made me sit through 10 minutes of this when you could have just put up head to head on me. The answer would have been
I wanted to build up the dramatic effect before I dropped
yeah,
it.
but like you had me going on this little trip here. You got me going through It's a Small World, and then you just dropped me off of a cliff of Falcon Fury.
Pretty much, yeah.
Makes sense. It's like going slow.
Now, here's one more I got for you. Well, because I can't even compare Billy Joe to John Merritt because different eras and obviously.
I wouldn't compare it. See, the only thing on him is the era. You just can't. It's kind of like comparing Bill Russell. The era is just kind of hard to do it.
Yeah. Now look up FAMU versus North Carolina A&T because I want to compare Coach Joe and I want to look at the head-to-head between
North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, 1998. It was actually homecoming.
1998?
Yeah. Your reaction gets me every time. Go ahead and read the score off.
A nice little 50 burger plus one, so 51 to a dozen. Woof, woof, meow, yeesh. That's what you call the good old belt to.
Yes, and I think Bill Hayes' team got that in the last couple minutes of that game too. I think. Now, make no mistake. Yes, Bill Hayes' 99 MEAC title is by way of beating FAMU, of course, and his Black College title is by way of that as well. But again, FAMU had a deeper run into the FCS playoffs that year. Willie Jefferies, the guy I joke and say,
who got 76 dropped on him?
Yeah. Constant homecoming opponent of FAMU's before Billy Joe showed up.
All right. Let me just make it simpler for you.
Okay, make it simple.
No. So, X.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
All you gotta do is show me the 76.
Interesting. Okay.
The head-to-head is all right. Sometimes like a one-off head-to-head is like okay, yeah, that you can be convinced it's a fluke. But I saw multiple blowouts dropped on their head, and it's kind of like, yeah, this ain't no coincidence.
I'm gonna do one more for you before we move on to the next topic of discussion for the evening. I want you to go.
I think we should clip this whole segment and just post it separate.
Oh, we will. Yeah, we have to. Here's what I want you to do before we move to the next topic of discussion. I want you to Google FAMU versus Bethune-Cookman 1998, and then do the same thing again in 1999.
FAMU versus Bethune?
Yeah.
At 1998, right?
Yes.
1998. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out because, according to Google, this is wait, the Florida Classic, right?
Yes. Just go 1998.
Because I think Google AI is just retarded. No offense to people like that. They're just very special.
Yeah, I would say just look up an old Orlando Sentinel article if you can.
1998, right? Let's see.
Yep.
FAMU. Woof, 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 woof. Me. Ow. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
see,
what
this
I
is why
always
you
say.
can't trust what you get from AI, because AI is actually stupid. All right, so FAMU beat Bethune 50-14 in 1998 and 63-14 in 99, both belt behinds, right? And AI, I gotta just show you this. This is hilarious. I'm gonna just show it to people to show how stupid AI is on Google, and not to trust what you see.
Wait,
How
what
do I
did
do
AI
that?
give you?
You really gonna have to see this for yourself.
Wait, yeah, share the screen. Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, like bro, what?
That's a lie.
Yeah,
I'm
don't trust anything you guys see on AI, bro. AI is tripping, bro. That's why I had to triple check with you, and I'm like, are we sure we're talking about 1990? I'm
Yeah,
like, let
no.
me check an actual site. I think Google AI is tripping on me.
So one thing I will say is yes. So as far as like HBCU coaches Mount Rushmore, I'm going Eddie Robinson. I'm going A.W. Mumford. I'm going Jake Gaither, and I'm going Billy Joe. But just outside of that, I'm going John C. Merritt, and then after that, I'm going Willie Jefferies. Then I'm going Bill Hayes. Just because of, again, you have to look at, you know, who went pro from those who those coaches coached that went pro. Again, also it's like head to head, multiple factors. And head to head, Billy Joe already just it cancels out two of them. And then this right here, this kind of gives more ammunition to say, I don't really know if you should put Merritt up there.
And you gotta add to like let's be real, like in the 60s